Good morning, first graders. Today is April 29th, 2020. It is Wednesday. So what we're going to do today in reading is we're going to read the story Night and Day. Now, when Mrs. Draper was reading this story on Monday, I noticed that this was a science story. And that reminded of me when I was in first grade and I would read science stories as well in my reading class. And I remembered that there were some times where I came across words in these science stories that I didn't know what they meant. And then I got lost because I didn't know what these words meant. So one day I asked Mrs. Russo and I said, Mrs. Russo, sometimes I read these science stories and I come across these words that I'm not too sure what they mean. And she said, I'm going to give you a tool, Miss Chen. I'm going to give you a tool and it's going to help you with your reading and when you come across these words that you don't know what they mean. And I said, huh? And she said, let me show you. So she taught me something called context clues. So I said, Miss Russo, what are context clues? And she said, well, Miss Chen, whenever you come across a word and you don't know what it means, you use this tool to help you. So context clues is using words around the story to help you find the meaning of that word. So one more time, context clues is using words around the mystery word to help you find the meaning. So what we're going to do today is we're going to practice using context clues as we read the story. We're going to practice that with looking at 3 words today. We're going to practice finding the meaning of rotate. We're going to find the word moon and sun. Okay. So if you have your packets, grab it and read it with me. Look up at the sky. What do you see? If the sky is dark, then it is night. If the sky is bright, then it is day. Have you ever wondered why we have night and day? You will find out as you read this book. Chapter 1. What can we see in the sky at night? We often see the moon at night. The moon is a round rocky object that moves around Earth. As the moon travels around Earth, the moon appears in different places in the sky. The moon seems to change shape each night. So remember, we were looking for the word moon, and we're going to practice using our context clues to find out what the word moon means. So what I did was I highlighted the word moon, and then I'm going to look around this word to see if there is some clues that can tell me what a moon is. So I can see that it says the moon is a round rocky object that moves around Earth. Does that teach me more about the moon? Does that tell me what the moon is? It does say the moon is a round rocky object that moves around Earth. So just now I used that tool Mrs. Russo just taught me, which is context clues. I didn't know what the word moon meant, so I looked around the story and found something that told me more about the moon. Okay, so we're going to turn the page. On a clear night, we may see stars in the sky. Stars are very hot. Stars glow because they make their own light. Stars seem small because they are very far away. Stars are much bigger than Earth. Many stars fill the sky. We cannot easily count all the stars. Chapter 2. What can we see in the sky during the day? We often see the sun during the day. The sun is the nearest star to Earth. Still, the sun is very far away. The sun is much bigger than Earth. Sometimes we see the moon in the sky during the day. The moon does not make its own light. The moon reflects light from the sun. So remember that one of the words we were looking for is the word sun. And what I want you to do right now is use the context clues or use the words around the word sun that will help you find out what that word means. Maybe there's a sentence. Maybe there's two sentences. Give you a couple seconds to look. I heard somebody say, Miss Chen, I've seen a sentence here. And it says, the sun is the nearest star to Earth. And that sentence tells me what the sun is. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight it. And that is using context clues because we're using a sentence or a word near the word that tells us more about what that is and gives us the definition. Okay. Let's turn the page. Chapter 3. Why do we have night and day? Like all planets, Earth rotates or spins. Have you ever been on a merry-go-round? A merry-go-round rotates. Earth rotates once each day. When that part of Earth that we live on faces the sun, we have day. When the part of the Earth that we live on faces away from the sun, we have night. So remember, one of the words that we were looking for is the word rotates. Now, is there a word or a sentence that helps you find out what the word rotates means? Yep, you are right. Somebody said, oh, I see it here. Earth rotates or spins, which tells me what rotates means. Also, the word merry-go-round also helped me because I've been on the merry-go-round and I know they spin in place, kind of like Earth. Conclusion. We often see the moon and stars in the sky at night. We often see the sun in the sky during the day. Earth rotates, giving us night and day. All right, so first graders, that is the end of today's reading lesson. As always, be kind, be safe, wash your hands, and I'll see you on Friday. Love you guys.